Hello everyone, Atou here.
And Tsuyoi.
And we're back. A Gundam tale.
Oh no.
Okay, now you may go into the spaceship and fly it to the great beyond.
I'm into Tiger Zord. It looks like some sort of giant mecha. It looks like it's a Megazord or a Zord. It looks like a Zoid. I love Zoids so much. Man, Liger Zero.
I'd say it looks more like a Megazord than it does a Zoid.
Yeah, oh, it's so silly. Oh, I love it. I wish I had boosters. Something to make it go faster along the map. It's clearly the same speed. So that's it, just go.
So, let's see. Nothing else summoned up on the map. Oh, right. Maria's back at her cabin now.
Oh, that's nice.
So now you have a all-in-one stop of repair, like reorder, recustomize, upgrade, and also like sleep to like heal. All in just one convenient location.
I just realized. Have I tried recently to I know that Ray did try to recently retake what's-his-face, super ultra scary robot. What's that one that's super powerful with the Leos?
Oh, the tall geese.
Yeah, tall geese. Well, with the strategy I use against those red ravens, of like immediately system hacking him, and like, you know, trying that, I could try.
So you're saying you want to give that battle another go?
I'm considering it.
Oh, you know, just save at Marie's beforehand.
Okay.
That won't be that way won't be too much of a drawback. Okay. So you're gonna like just throw yourself at the red ravens to see how stronger you've gotten, huh?
The tall geese.
Right, the tall geese.
This isn't the right place, is it?
No, it's not.
Damn it! I got confused. I thought it looked better than it was.
It's just a home of my most favorite girl in the entire game, apparently.
In the entire game, eh? Wow.
I guess. It's just like, she always sticks out to me and is always in my memory in this game.
I see. I clearly married other people, so... I'm already married twice, so... Yeah. My heart's elsewhere. And as for truthfully as to who my favorite female character in the game is, I don't really know. It's not Lai Feng. Normally it'd be Lai Feng, but the way she's acted towards Vargas, like that she's gonna murder him. It's like, I don't know.
So she was only gonna lightly stab him.
I see. I do like Tremmy's. You know what? There's things I like about Tremmy. There's things I like about Aeon. Mostly their outfits. Personality-wise, I like Tremmy's character arc. But personality-wise, what's her personality?
Well, there's the coyotes.
Oh, yeah.
There's the trying to kill the orphans.
Yeah, there is that. It's just, I gotta avenge my family. Gotta make good on our name.
And in order to do that, she must kill her own family.
Right. Then there's Aeon with her like, oh, I'm amnesiac, destroy the world, oh boy. What's my mystery? So she's just cute, really.
What does it mean to be?
Yeah. Lapis is a non-character to me. So I guess that just leaves you by proxy, Resner. I mean, there's also Beautiful Woman. And it is in her name. But, like, I don't remember anybody else. There's the Engineer Girl, but, I mean, yeah. Yeah, Resner, you're by default my favorite female character. There's also Lai Feng, but again, yeah. There's also Marie. She's okay. I like her. I don't dislike her. She ranks above Lapis, the non-character. And actually, she ranks above Aeon in personality, because she has one. Why am I here?
You're here to save.
Right. Oh, so I've had a thought I've been trying to get out for the past 2 episodes. I need to get it out or I'm gonna die.
Okay.
Okay, so... like, I live with my grandparents and you live, you know, here. So...
Yes, I live where I live.
Yes.
And we shall leave it at that
Yes.
for all eternity.
Okay. So, you know, I noticed, you know, at my place and even your place, you got knickknacks, right? You got, like, little things here and there. You know, knickknacks and stuff around the house. Like...
knickknacks around the apartment, huh?
On the
what
place.
kind of, like, I'm trying to figure out what you're saying by knickknacks.
Just little things here and there. Like, my grandparents have, like, little clay cherub figures and stuff. Or, like, little things here and there. Like, we have some beer steins. Like you would see in Resident Evil 4 that you would put jewels in. We have big old beer steins with, like, intricate designs on them.
Huh.
It's weird. I don't know why we have them. We don't use them. They're just decoration. Though, they say my grandmother helped, like, clay sculpt, like, parts of it. Like, decorations that were added onto it. So that's neat.
Oh, we may have something like that around the loft.
Right. So, I was like, man, like, when, like, various aunts and uncles claim, like, stuff from the house and whatnot for themselves, well, it's gonna be pretty empty, and if I ever inherit the house, what am I gonna have? It's gonna be empty and barren. And I thought, wait, my anime figures and stuff. Those are my knickknacks! Those are, like, my clay cherub figures. It's just weird to think of it that way. At least I don't, like, have stuff like Lost Paws or Noble whatever. It's like, where it's like a bunch of booby anime girls, like, swimsuits and stuff. It's like, those are my knickknacks, children!
What's wrong with that?
I don't know, it just seems really weird. I should have gone in better. I should have prepared.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I guess when I inherit the house, it will be filled with the 14 dolls I apparently have.
Not that much stuff.
Like, recently, I cleaned out my living area, and, like, my dolls, like, yeah, I'm just gonna call them dolls. One could call them plushies, but, what is a plushie but a doll? Are, like, incredibly dusty. And the thing is, I didn't realize how many of these dolls I had until, like, I was just, like, using a vacuum to get the dust off of them. And I think it came out to, like, over 14 or something like that. Like, before, when I was just, like, looking around, I was like, okay, I must have, like, 3, maybe 4 things. And it was like, I have one hanging from the doorknob. I have one just, like, hanging from, like, a coat hanger that's, just, like, hanging off, like, somewhere near the ceiling. And, like, have, like, several just laying about all over the place. Like, I had this chair with a huge black bear of a doll that has, like, a Japanese sage hat on it.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, just over there in the corner of a room. And, like, not far from that, like, on top of a shelf, I have, like, a Goomba doll. And it's, like, one of those Goomba dolls to where, like, if you, like, bop its head, it'll actually make a noise.
Really?
Uh-huh. Like, it has the noises.
Oh, Jesus, that was stronger than it should have been.
Yeah, it has, 2 noises. There's, like, the normal, like, whenever you step on them and you squish them. And then there's the noise of, like, oh, you touched them the wrong way and now you're dead.
Really?
Uh-huh. But it's always, like, random, like, which noise you get whenever you bop it.
Oh, this didn't turn out as well as I thought it was going to turn out.
It went about as well as I expected. Let's see. Although I think, like, the doll I had that got the worst of it was, like, this replica of the Boo Mushroom from Super Mario.
It was the most dusty?
Like, it got wrecked somehow. And, like, when you look at it from the front, it looks nice, bright, white, colorful, if you will. But the moment you turn it around, because, like, it's hanging by a string, so it's kind of just floating there, like, the entire black side is, like, some weird, dingy yellow that, like, makes you wonder how or why. It's like, when did dust somehow get so caked onto this doll that it just turned it a different color? And it's the color that wasn't facing light or anything like that. Huh. It was like, how does that happen?
Yeah, dusting around is pretty... So wait, you dusted up there recently?
I dusted all my dolls recently.
Oh, good. I noticed they were getting quite dusty.
Yeah, so, like, I got a little vacuum, got, like, a nozzle, and just started, like, going over them.
Yeah, I did that with my room recently, like, vacuumed and cleaned stuff out. It's good to do every now and then. I mean, there's, like, one doll I have that's, like, faded out really bad, a Pikachu, from way back in the day, when I was 11.
Ah.
And, like, when I was, when you're a kid and you take a bath, and you want to, like, bring toys into the bath with you. I didn't know that was bad for plushies. So he's, like, a little green now.
Huh.
Yeah, he wasn't made to be in the water. Turns out. Also, one of my dogs grabbed a hold of him once and made a hole in him. And so we had to sew it back up, so he's got stitches. He is a battle-scarred, he's a, hardened Pikachu. And I love him still.
He may be green, but he's not green. Yeah.
You left me, guys. Okay, to space, screw it.
Now that he has new, better ship, he doesn't need this.
Come on, let's go head to the moon. We've got to stop Gabriel. Who's Gabriel?
Yes. But luckily, collecting all the dolls and cleaning it up wasn't too hard. My mansion isn't that big to where it's, unwalkable within a day's work.
I suppose. I mean, the pool is a bit much, sometimes. Don't run near it. It's a bad idea. It has catastrophic consequences. It's the moon! The moon! We really made it! No way! Huh? It's a transmission from Marie. I'll put her through. Oh no. Listen carefully. The surface of the moon is rough and unsuitable for landing. Unsuitable for landing? So what are we supposed to do? What do you mean we unsuitable for landing? BS. You can land at the spaceport. It should be in the vicinity. Please, be careful and don't do anything rash. Ah yes, the spaceport, of course. Will we see the American flag? Have you heard that is probably not even there anymore?
Really?
I've heard that due to the exposure, the radiation, and the light and stuff, that the American flag, yeah, it's there, but the flag has got to be burned white now.
Huh.
The Americanness of it, you can't even tell anymore.
Interesting. I never considered that.
I'm detecting a mother of a reading. Where's the sun? The reading. It's coming from the north. It might be the giant G system. Come on, let's head north, or we can just keep going around here. Oh, I see.
So yeah, bring up. Oh, right. So you got no map to work with in this area, and this place is a big, sprawling thing of tunnels that would just lead you to dead ends and nothing.
Okay.
But luckily, I've been through this area, and so has Ray. So I can guide you where you need to go to not just be wandering around to dead ends until you find your destination.
Are there other landing points?
No.
Okay.
You really could just take the white base, fly around if you wanted to, but this is the only spot you'd be able to land.
But you can look around.
Oh yeah, you can look around. In fact, probably even using the white base to scout around the area and stuff like that.
Smart.
Yeah, wouldn't be a bad idea. That way you wouldn't be running into enemies.
What the?
What?
Can't land here, but it's a perfectly mappable spot. It's weird. You sure we can't?
Try if you want, but
try it.
Yeah, you can't. It's all just meant to mess with you, more or less. I think.
It seems important.
I know. I'm trying to remember. What was that base about?
Yeah, I know.
Huh.
Following this trail.
Okay. And...
Okay, so it's big and sprawling. I guess that's where I'm supposed to be headed? Oh, another one.
Oh! Okay, I know exactly where that is now.
Is there a save point in any of these? A big save point somewhere?
One of them.
So otherwise it's just a grueling gauntlet?
Yep.
Oh.
Right, but, okay, I know where you need to go to get to that mysterious thing.
Are there optional places on the moon?
There is one for sure, and probably that one up there, but I don't remember it being of concern. But
this one, you mean?
Yeah, that may be another one.
That seems optional to me. I assume that's the big bad.
Yeah, that's your master destination.
Yeah, I can tell that by how evil it looks. Oh man, I just reminded myself because of the way I said that. So, you didn't play? Did you ever play any of the Crash Bandicoot?
Crash Bandicoot. Nope, I've never played the Crash Bandicoot games.
That's so sad. It is a great series. I love it. I've been considering getting the remastered version just so I can play it again. Oh,
have you heard that the remastered version isn't so much a remastered as it is redone?
Really?
Like, they couldn't use any of the source code from the original games. All they could do was just, like, pull some models and, like, use those as bases to try to figure out certain things. But other than that, they had to remake everything from scratch.
Wow. Did not know that.
So, yeah. That's the situation with that. Anyways, you're thinking about getting Crash Remastered.
Yes, and the reason I brought it up is the way I was saying that. It reminded me, which way am I going to go?
Did you put on Invisible?
No.
Oh, okay. So you're going to want to go right.
So...
upwards.
Okay.
Or
So-
follow along the trail, anyways.
The reason I was bringing it up is that, so in recent times they changed voice actors for a lot of characters, you know?
No, thanks to that strike.
I don't know. Maybe just cuz?
Well, are you aware of that voice actor strike that's going on?
Still?
Yes, still.
No.
Okay, so yeah, that voice actor strike for better pay is still going on. In fact, because of that, Chloe won't be Chloe, and that Life is Strange prequel thing that they're doing.
Really?
Yep.
Because she wants to get paid more.
Well, no, it's just that she's part of the union.
Oh, so she has to go along?
Yes. Yeah, that's part of being in the union. Like, they'll fight for you to get you stuff, but you better be ready to stand with them, like, when they do something like this.
So it's like, they'll fight for you, but you also have to fight for them.
Yeah, well, you certainly have to show your support by doing stuff.
Including not getting jobs when people offer them to you.
Right.
That sucks.
Maybe. It's just like, unions, as far as I know, can be rather beneficial. Since, they go out, they get the lawyers, they sit in the meetings and, like, do the discussions and stuff like that. They usually work in the interest of their members.
Right.
So, it's not like they'll, well, I guess some people can say that, like, there are some people that would be, like, so greedy, like, they would just, like, sit around just to get paid more for doing more of nothing. But as far as I know, like, everything that this union has brought up as far as, like, voice actors and how they're treated and how they're paid goes, like, they seem within logic to be doing what they're doing. Now, it doesn't seem like some greed cash grab from everything that I've seen.
Right.
Even though, like, a lot of other people would try to paint it that way. Although, like, when you look at it from another logical perspective, it just, like, makes you think, no, they should be striking too. Like, the controversy more or less comes down to, why isn't that VAs are making this little money when they do all this extra work that doesn't even have to do with voice acting? Like, you know what mocapping is? Like, yeah, where they place these balls around you and, like, they try to replicate your movements into, like, the game itself. Like, a lot of VAs mocap quite a bit. They're more or less actors at this point when it comes to working in video games.
And yet they're not getting paid special. They get the same amount as normally.
Yeah, as if they were just, like, standing around in a box all day, like, trying to give the best performance with their voice that they could. But now they're, like, expected to, like, do stunts and, like, all this kind of stuff for their characters.
Well, I assume they're paid for the time they're doing it, too. If they're paid in hourly rates, I don't know how they're paid exactly.
They're paid voice actor rates, which was established years ago in 1966, I think.
Oh, well then yeah, that should probably be updated.
Yeah, and that's, like, what the point of this meeting was, from what I hear. To try to, like, update it and, like, get it to standards and take into account of everything. But, the companies didn't want to play ball, and so now they're on strike. And hence the situation that we're in now. And one of the big things is, like, from what I hear, is that the companies are basically saying, oh, the voice actors are greedy. They want more money for doing this kind of stuff. But yet, look at everyone else. Like, everyone else, like, the art renderers only make this much. Like, the music composers only make this much. So, look how greedy the voice actors are for asking for, like, so much more. To which I'm thinking, yeah, you should be paying the art renderers and the music composers a lot more than what you're paying them now.
Just the opposite of what they wanted.
Like, you greedy bastards. And it's like, I know what I know about the VA union and what they're doing because, like, they have a union that's going around insane what they're doing. Like, imagine if, like, music composers and graphic designers had a union to stand up for them. So it's just like, yeah, this seems unfair to, like, just everybody in general, when like you really should be paying everyone a lot more than what you're paying now. And yeah, it's like the fact that like some people like some art people and some music composers and stuff are kind of giving like the VAs like the stink eye or something. And it's like, you know, why are you messing with our bottom line game production and stuff like that? I can only help but think, well, it's because you should be standing with them asking for more. It's unfair decision. Okay, so do you want to go to that one area that's just like, wow, like even I wasn't aware of it, or do you want to continue along the normal path?
The WoW area.
So
Wait,
go
which
straight
area
up.
leads me to the save?
Huh?
Which area leads me to the save?
The normal path?
The WoW path still.
Okay, then go straight up. And follow that path.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Okay, so...
It's going to be long and winding, but you will get to wherever it leads to eventually.
The reason I was bringing up the voice actors in the first place, though...
Uh-huh.
Oh. Red Drazen.
I'm a bit surprised. Because there's a certain enemy here that you would classify as a boss. I would classify as a boss.
Uh-huh.
But they're normal encounters. I encountered them quite a bit. Ray encountered them quite a bit. And this is when we had Invisible on.
Huh.
Yeah, and yet for you... Oh wait, you don't have Invisible on, do you?
No.
Right. You're just fighting normal enemies as they come.
Yep.
Okay, so that's why you're encountering these normals. Whereas when we had Invisible, we were still encountering the boss tier enemies.
I see.
So you'll probably encounter boss tier enemies later.
Eventually.
Yeah, because, voice actors changing.
So, like, eventually, like, there's this mask called A.K.A. Who's, like, a good mask and stuff, and he helps you out, and he's your superstar. Also your power mushroom.
What? In regards to what?
Okay, like, you collect him, and you get an extra hit, basically.
In context to what?
In gameplay.
What gameplay?
Crash Bandicoot! We're talking about Crash Bandicoot. Remember that?
Okay. In the game Crash Bandicoot,
Yes.
there's this mask called A.K.A.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we were talking about Crash Bandicoot.
You asked me if I played Crash Bandicoot.
And then I said something about, like, you know...
Then you said, like, voice actors are constantly changing. And then we
I meant in Crash Bandicoot. I never got off the Crash Bandicoot, but you assumed that I did.
Okay. So, it allows for what when you wear it?
It's like a power shroom. You take an extra hit.
Oh.
But
Okay.
if you get, like, 2 or 3 of them, then you get, then it's like a superstar. Or a power star. Invincibility.
That sounds like it might suck, because does that mean it's just like you lose all 3 of your masks once it's done with its invincibility?
I forget.
Because, like, in that case, it would just make me be very wary. It was like, no, I don't want to collect that 3rd mask. I have 2 masks, it gives me 2 bonus hits. I don't want to collect this 3rd one, or like for a brief time, I'm Super Marioing it like throughout the stage, but then all my masks are gone. Like, you took away all my defensive, like, in exchange for this one super offensive for, like, a few seconds.
I see where you're coming with that. I don't really remember myself. It's been so long since I played in the 90s. Yeah, I definitely need to buy that Gear remaster. Problem being... Okay, I'm going this way. Problem being... Or no, interesting thing being that... Okay, so over time, voice actors changed. A.K.A.'s voice actor now is the guy that does Grim from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Wow, really?
Yeah, he sounds exactly like Grim.
Huh.
It's weird. Also, designs changed. Which is weird.
I thought they didn't change anything for the remasters.
No, I mean in, like, later games.
Oh, okay. Like,
Like,
design change from, like, number 1 to number 2.
Yeah, and voice actor changes.
Ah, okay.
I don't really need you up here for a second. And get Lapis up here. But yeah, so that's a thing. And so it's kind of weird to see... Wait, you're shot killers. Damn it. Rez. No, Lifing. Yes, this is the team I need. So, like, apparently they're still doing their same roles they were doing in the later games, but for, I guess I should throw a grenade. It's like, okay, so A.K.A. is voiced by Grimm's voice actor. He used to be, but they didn't go get the other guy. They just had him, like, perform better or something, or perform more similarly to the original, I believe. Like, I was seeing things like, oh, here's this one guy, lackey of the bad guy, and he talks this way in this later games, but in the original he talked this way, and here's how he talks now, and it's closer to the original. Like there's this one guy who has a missile stuck in his head constantly. Like, somehow he got a missile stuck in his head, and they just decided to build a metal plate around it and leave it in because they couldn't take it out. It's a live missile. It could explode. And he had this weird, like, filter over his voice that made him sound robotic in the original. He seemed to not sound like that in later games, but they brought it back for this, to be more faithful to the original. I thought, that's neat. Man, there's a lot of encounters here.
So does that mean they're going to be faithful in that they're going to disregard that in number 2 and number 3 part of the remakes, or they're going to keep that throughout all the remakes?
Don't know. It's a good question. Let's see. This one. Yes. So, not sure about that. I mean, there are what they remade with, you know, Game 1 and Game 2 and Game 3. There's still Game 4, Wrath of Cortex, which I've never personally played. I thought the series ended at 3 until there was like this one where like the bad guy and Crash were like roped together and they had to stop someone else. And I thought that game didn't look very fun or something. I never played it. Regret it. Really regret not playing that 4th one once I saw Kadikarus do a review of it. And I was like, oh, this was just basically Crash 4. Normal Crash gameplay. I should have played this. But, you know, there's, like, times where you just, like, don't get certain games, or, you know, for reasons or another. Yeah, I mean, like, I've never owned a Dreamcast, so I never played any Dreamcast games. So, other than, like, Soul Calibur 1 a little bit, because my cousin who works for Pixar, that's the only way I can identify them to you, because I've told you about them before. Ah!
So, yeah, that's just a normal enemy encounter in the game.
Are you immune to anything? Yeah. Okay, I
do treat these like boss battles, because they will legit wreck you if you're not careful.
Okay. Alright, I'll treat you like a boss, big boy. I'll treat you like a boss even though you were, like, pathetic back on Earth. I fought a full version of you already.
Alright. So, then, the uncle that works at Pixar.
Cousin, but yes. One day he brought a Dreamcast over on Christmas. I think this is before he worked for Pixar. Is this about the time? You ever see that Starship Troopers cartoon? Where they fight big bugs and stuff?
Right. Was this when they were like first going about the planet and the bugs, or to where they were like interdimensional travelers, to where like they were basically going through a Stargate to different worlds?
Might have been that one. I remember they still had to fight the bugs. It was like I think there was like 3D. They had 3D graphics.
Well, one of them for sure.
It was.
I'm aware of both of them. It's just like I'm not quite sure which one I saw more of. I was like really back then.
Yeah, it was. We worked on that too.
CG or animated?
The CG.
Ah. Yeah. Man, I can only remember one thing about the CG version.
What's that?
Like, in the original movie, I think there was this guy who had some weird psychic link with the bugs. And, like, they brought him back, even though he was, like, critically injured in the movie or something like that. To where, like, okay, so, hey, look, a guy from the original movie.
Oh, they're in full charge.
Oh.
Neat. Wait, what? Wow, that's gonna cost a lot, I bet.
Well, let's take a look at it.
Oh, boy. Wait, it's a technique. I can use it any time, right? Well, okay, I can't use it outside of battle, apparently. Ah! I can only use it once, unless I get more TP soon. Just... only one time, huh? Use it sparingly.
But, yeah, like, he came back. And they, like, it was one of those awkward things. Like, yeah, they were old friends, but, you know, it's been a long time. So it's been a while since they've been back. And so here's this guy back in the war. And, like, when they were fighting the enemy, at some point, he just kind of, like, had a freak out, achieved Avatar State Zen, walked up towards the enemies, and you know how they're like bugs? Well, he just, like, psychically lifted them and just started, like, tearing them apart limb from limb.
What the hell?
And then just kind of passed out. And one of the guys was saying is like, you know, like, he doesn't need a weapon. he is the weapon.
And that was the only thing you remember, huh?
And then afterwards he went back. Like, he stopped being in the squadron, and it was like, you know what?
Too powerful.
I can't go back to the battlefield. You know, we tried. It's just not gonna work out. I don't remember the exact reasoning. It just basically came down to that. Oh, hey, look, guy from the original movie is back. Oh, now he has super psychic powers for some reason.
No.
Oh, okay. He's just gonna go back on that bus to like not fighting.
Yeah, remember that Men in Black cartoon?
Yes, I do.
That was such a weird cartoon, but I liked it.
Yeah.
Is this the one?
Yeah.
I thought it was down. How did it wind up over here? Oh, it scrolls.
Yes, it scrolls. But luckily, because you followed the path and I recognized where that path led out to, I was able to perfectly guide you to where it was. Because, like, I followed along a certain path enough times to know where that goes. So, hopefully, will lead to something good, something interesting, and not like, oh yeah, like this is a level 5 door that you need to come back later to.
I'll be so mad.
But one thing that's good here is that you can quick travel on the moon.
I can.
Yeah, like when it's if you after this battle, you can just go to your menu, go to quick travel, and head straight to Port Marley.
Oh, and then come back.
Yeah, and then just like come back to the moon and stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah, so like nothing stopping you from just quick traveling back to Earth, to wherever on Earth, and then just walking your way back here. Let's see. I know Zeon was like one of the like, hey, here's a boss enemy, it's just a normal enemy now.
Is there other ones here?
There is another one, but I'm having trouble remembering which one it is.
That assassin Gundam that was behind that door. You confused the two wrong guys.
Oh, wait a second. You mean the Black Camphor?
Yeah, the thing that was behind that door, and I got his like assassin's katana and stuff. The ninja.
Yeah, you got his sword and his shotgun.
And I have kept the shotgun. Aeon kept the katana for a while.
Well, it's waiting for her, isn't it?
Look at this place. It's a base from before the Great Fall. I wonder if there's anything worth salvaging in there. We might as well find some weapons or something. So let's check inside. Turns out it's just pure death in there.
Well, you can go inside. That's an interesting start.
Yeah.
Huh. Is this...
Not seeing any enemies. Ah!
Oh. Hello. Before you save,
Huh?
can you just bring up the map real quick?
Hey, man.
Huh. Okay, each of those points is a room
Oh.
that you see on that circular ring.
There's a boss in each one, isn't there?
And this is Moonbase Beta. This would explain why that other one I'm thinking of was called Moonbase Alpha. I didn't think that there were more moon bases located around these areas.
What?
Well, okay, looks like I have another place to go to in my own game.
Oh boy.
But if anything, this should be pretty much like Moonbase Alpha, which means that you're going to be going to it room by room by room until you unlock the super room.
Oh boy. That sounds fun.
Right.
This sounds like a fun place.
And we'll be checking all that out in the next episode.
Let's get our moon shoes on.